a little less than halfway. But so anyway, that's where we are. The small town, but it's growing, close to Wentzville.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone.
Morning.
Hi, Sarah.
Sorry, guys, I was writing an email and the time got away from me. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and kick this off. As you all know, well, I'm sure anyone who's at the annual meeting knows, Jim is on personal leave. He will not be on today. His health is fine. I've gotten that question a lot. He's just it's just a personal issue. So anyway, so today you're going to have coffee with Sarah instead of coffee with Kreider. I would like to first, is Nancy Craig on here, Nancy? Well, anyway, if Nancy's on here, we'll let her speak for a moment, but I just wanted to let everybody know, we did just have our annual meeting on September 14th and 15th, and Nancy Craig is our new MRTA president. So welcome, Nancy. I know a lot of you are familiar with Arlita. She was our president last year, but for this year, it is Nancy. And actually, you know what? I think Nancy is actually at a meeting now that I say that. Okay, so I'm sure most of you know Nancy, though. All right, so I just have a couple things I wanted to go over today, and then we're going to have time for questions. So without further ado, it is October 4th, and everybody knows October is MRTA membership renewal month. So the mailing is going out today, I think. It should be going out today from the mail house. So everyone who has not paid dues for 2022 will receive a renewal notice. So that does not include lifetime members. If you are on ACH or automatic renewal, you will not receive one. Those are automatically taken. We don't mail those to you. I said lifetime, so that basically covers everyone. So this year, it's a little bit different than any other year. So I just want to point out something, and that is that at the September 14th and 15th annual meeting, MRTA delegates passed a dues increase. Now, that dues increase does not take effect until January 1st of 2022. So it is going to be very important this year, if you want to save a few bucks, that when you get that October renewal notice, that you send it in right away. So we're asking you to please push that message in your areas that if you want to save a little bit of money, go ahead and send them in now. If you want to pay for 3 years at $105, you are welcome to do that. As long as you pay for your dues before January 1st, they will still be $35, regardless of how many years you want to pay for or how you want to do it. The lifetime membership fee is still $750, so I wanted to mention that. But on January 1st, this is going to be the new dues structure. Dues will be $44 a year for all voting members. However, like I said, we don't mail to ACH or lifetime members. If you are signed up for automatic renewal or ACH, it will be a little bit cheaper. It's going to be $39 a year. Or if you don't want to sign up for automatic renewal, that's fine. We have the option of paying for 3 years, like I mentioned. Right now it's $105. That will go up to $117, which breaks down to $39 a year as well. So if you want to write a check for 3 years, you're going to get the $39 fee, or if you want to do automatic renewal, it'll be $39. Otherwise, it's going to be $44. For associate members, and associate members are anyone who is not receiving a pension from PSRS or peers. So that's if you have a spouse who wants to support the association, or a child who is on for benefit reasons. That fee will be $25. And that will also be true for active associates. So anyone who's actively teaching still, they can be a member and they get all the same benefits you guys get, but their dues will also be $25 a year after January 1st. So
Dana.
Hey. Push that message in your area that go ahead and get your dues in now and save a little bit of money.
I'm muted.
Okay, so at the annual meeting, we did have, in addition to the bylaw changes, we did have another bylaw change, I should say. There is, in the past, if you were 100 years old, you were what we called the Century Club. The Century Club is basically anyone who reached a certain age. We just felt like, you know, you don't need to pay dues anymore. The delegates voted to change that age to 90 years old. So I've gotten several emails from people saying, I am 90, I would like the lifetime membership. And if you guys know of anyone in your unit, let us know, because we can't automatically give that lifetime membership out because we don't have birthdays for a lot of people. We ask for birthdays on our membership application, but they are not required, and a lot of people do not give us their birthdays. So if you know of someone who is 100 or older, 90 or older, please let us know, and we will take care of making them lifetime members. We're not going to be sending, someone had mentioned they're going to get a certificate. That is not true. We are not going to send them a certificate. They're just going to get a lifetime membership card and a letter explaining that they are lifetime members. If you want a certificate for someone, you're going to have to request that, okay? We're not going to, it's just going to create a lot of extra work, so we don't want to encourage that. The other change in the bylaws is that because of the pandemic, it became clear to us that our bylaws did not say that we could have a vote via anything electronic. So Zoom, like today, over the phone, via email. Our bylaws just did not speak to that in one way or another. So we asked the delegates to approve that. So starting now, this is an automatic. This does not start January 1st, and also the 90-year-old thing starts in automatic or immediately too. We can now have votes via email or Zoom. So the delegates assembly, the MRTA board, MRTA committees, any meetings like that can now be done virtually. And that literally just came out of the pandemic, that, you know, we did hold some votes, but really we probably didn't have 100% authority to do that. So what? I'm glitching.
Sarah, could you repeat that? You froze.
Am I still frozen?
Not now. Could you repeat your last statement?
Okay, sorry. Okay, Morgan came in here and said I froze. Okay, so I was talking about the virtual meeting.
Rectangle squares.
And that we now can hold virtual meetings. So basically, because of the pandemic, we found that we didn't really necessarily have 100% authority to hold votes over email or the phone or Zoom. So that's a new change. So that moving forward, that will be a thing. Okay. So I also wanted to, and I'm not sure any of our distinguished retirees are on here, but at the annual meeting, we also recognized all of our distinguished retirees. I'll just mention really quickly, this year's overall winner was Lisa Schwant from Region 7. She's one of Georgia's people. Lisa gave a great speech. She's awesome. And all those, I have to tell you guys, I read all the applications of the distinguished retirees. They're all very deserving. So if you guys got the e-newsletter let's see, I sent this out last week. There were pictures of all the winners and pictures of Unit of Excellence in it, and all the things I've just discussed were in that newsletter. So somebody had asked for talking points. That this is it basically. In addition to that, though, I just want to bring up a couple other things. We have the MRTA board approved our 2022 legislative platform. So that is out, and if you need a copy of it, let us know. But the 2022 legislative platform is basically the same as years past. However, you know, that is the ruling guide for the MRTA, what issues we take issue, what issues we will take a stance on and what we will not. So if anybody needs a copy of that, just let us know. Legislative Day will be February 8th in 2022. Regardless of whether or not that is an in-person meeting, we will hold that meeting virtually or in person. Well, we'll definitely hold it virtually because, you know, as we do our Capital Blitz where we ask you to write that day, February 8th is going to be the day. So please put that on your calendar. And I guess I should back up. Session starts on January 5th. So it's always the first Wednesday after the first Monday in January. So January 5th legislative session does start, which I know it seems like it's a long way away, but it isn't really. So encourage your members to sign up for Phone to Action. I think Phone to Action is going to be huge next year. It is just so convenient. And I'm sure you guys all know about it, so I'm not going to go over all the details of it. But if anybody wants to learn about Phone to Action, there is a video on our website under the legislative tab. So please encourage members to sign up for Phone to Action. Also, our call to action emails, we will still keep doing those always. Whenever there is a call to action, we need you to act immediately. So call to action emails are very important. But the Phone to Action is just another layer on top of that. So we hope you will do both. Cash for Classrooms starts on January 1st. So Kayla has talked to you guys about Cash for Classrooms many times. We just want to give out money. So this is basically, it's kind of like a supplement to the MRTF Classroom Grant Program. If your unit will raise $100, we're going to match that $100. And then you get to pick an educator in your area at whatever school you want, and you guys can give them $200. And we ask you just to get, okay, I don't know what that is. We just ask you to please take pictures, put it on Facebook, get it in the newspaper. It's a really great PR tool. Plus, it's a great way to build a relationship with the school district and get your foot in the door. And when you do, if you participate in Cash for Classrooms, we ask you to go ahead and bring the MRTF Classroom Grant applications with you. It has not been decided yet. I don't think, Kayla, am I right? They have not decided how many grants they're going to give out for 2022 yet. That will be decided on December 14th. December 14th, they will decide how many grants they're going to give out next year, which we hope is going to be more than the 112 we gave out this year. We gave out 10 peers grants. That number also may go up. Adrienne Johnson. Okay, Legislative Day is February 8th. She wants me to review what I said. So every year, Legislative Day, before COVID, was an in-person meeting at the Capitol with a rally. And then anyone who could not attend, we would ask them to write their legislators that day. So we here in the office will write a letter, basically with talking points, the bills that we're concerned about at that time. And we will ask you to either attend in person to speak to your legislators, or we will ask you to write your legislators that day, and you'll forward the letter. You can change it to however you want it, whatever message you want to say. But again, that day is February 8th, and we call it Capitol Blitz Day and Legislative Day. Those are two separate events. People kind of combine them into one, but technically Legislative Day is the event at the Capitol, and Capitol Blitz Day is the virtual event. So,
Sarah.
Yes.
Could I ask a question about Cash for Classrooms?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, our SSD and suburban unit gave one of those with the help of MRTA.
Yes.
And for the past 2 weeks, I've been trying to get a response from the principal of the school, and she will not respond to me. I've tried by email, I've tried voicemail.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I thought of just showing up at the school with the materials to distribute, but it's kind of hard to get photographs if they won't even let us in the door.
Right. Well, and I do have to say that because of COVID, that is going to be a concern, and that's going to be a thing. But at least the unit could do, even if you can't get a picture with the teacher, maybe you could go outside the school, take a picture and say, hey, we gave $200 to, I don't know, whatever school district it was, to help Mrs. Jones with her classroom, seating arrangements or whatever it is. So there is, just because you can't get into the school, obviously that's the best case scenario. We would like you to go into the school. We would like you to be able to meet the teachers and drop off things, but especially in those, in St. Louis, I'm sure it's worse than in other places where they're not going to let you into the school at all. And we understand that. So just try another way around it. Like, like I said, take a picture outside the school, ask the teacher, say, hey, can I meet you outside at 4:30 and, you know, whatever you need to do. But
yeah, I emailed her too. She was copied on these emails, but
right.
I'll put my thinking cap on and take your suggestions. So okay. Thank you.
Okay, I appreciate that. Anyway, so yeah, Cash for Classrooms is a great program. So yeah, all you guys have to do is raise $100. We'll match that $100. I think Cape Girardeau, was it Cape Girardeau that actually they raised $200 and we matched them 100. So there was actually a $300 donation. I might be wrong about where that it was. Cape Girardeau. Okay, Cape Girardeau. Yeah, Girardeau
unit. I have to look for sure, but yeah.
So last year, the deadline was a little bit different for Cash for Classrooms. So this is an update that the board approved. What we are going to do for 2022 is Cash for Classrooms starts on January 1st. So on January 1st, you guys can start, you can have your fundraisers now. I mean, it doesn't matter. But on January 1st, you can send in your application for Cash for Classrooms. You'll send them to Kayla. She'll take care of you. She'll give you all the options. But so you have from January 1st till December 31st, 2022, okay? If you are a unit of excellence and you apply for Cash for Classrooms, at the end of the year, after December 31st, 2022, any money left over, you will again be able to apply for another one. So we had a couple units who did that too. They applied for the initial funds and then the money that was left over, they got a second $100. So that's something to think of too. I will say the second round of money, we can't promise it will be $100. It just depends on how popular it is. But going off of what happened last year, it will be a second $100 unless it becomes very, very popular very quickly because we have $15,000 allotted for this program. So that's it for Cash for Classrooms. Now, while we're talking about the classroom grants though, the foundation did hold their silent auction at the annual meeting. And I just have to say, thank you so much. There were so many donated items this year and they were great. I have to shout out Region 13, Sherry Brandis, her unit, Daniel Boone. Daniel Boone had the best baskets. They were awesome. And so anyway, everybody, I mean, but SSD had donated like, I don't know how many items. It was a great silent auction. So we raised $11,711 for classroom grants. So congratulations. And some units did just send in a check and that's great too. We appreciate any help we can get to help fund those classroom grants. Most of you will be familiar with the next thing I want to talk about, and that is the year-end ask letter is what we call it. At the end of each year, we send a letter to basically anyone who's donated over $100 to the foundation and remind them that this is your last chance to get a tax deductible donation in before the end of the year. All donations to the foundation through this program or through this mailing are tax deductible. So if you need, if you haven't donated money to any good causes and you need to before the end of the year, this is your last chance. We don't know exactly when that will be going out. I'm shooting for November 1st, but just make it known in your units that if anyone needs a last minute tax deductible donation, the foundation will be glad to take their money. You can call the office and we can take their payments over the phone, or you can mail them in. And then on that same subject, the foundation does hold a $10,000 raffle every year. I'm sure you guys are familiar with it by now. That $10,000 raffle is likely going to change a little bit in 2022. I think we're going to have multiple prizes. So get excited for that. Hopefully we'll have great participation. I think last year we made over $70,000 on that program. So that was huge for Classrooms in Missouri. So congratulations to all of you who did participate in that. And we've had a suggestion, and I don't know how we can possibly do this, but we've had several people say, well, I sell the tickets and I would like a way to have a side drawing for those who sell tickets. And if anybody has any good ideas on that, you can feel free to send them to us, because I can't figure out any way for the staff to easily track that and have a side contest, but we're willing to do it if you guys can come up with an easy way that doesn't take up a lot of staff time to do that. So That's really all I have for today. Does anybody, I was open up for questions because I went over a lot of stuff really fast. So. Nope, no questions. Can you not hear me? Sherry, why are you doing that?
Because there was somebody talking and I didn't know if they were trying to talk to you, but I couldn't understand what they were saying.
I gotcha. Yeah, we're getting a little bit of feedback here. Okay, so anyway, if anybody has any questions, I guess I should check the chat. I did not do that to make sure we don't have any questions in the chat. Nope. Okay, well, if you guys don't have any questions, I guess that's it for the day. We're getting really good at this. We will have the next Coffee with Kreider will be on Monday, November 1st. So mark your calendars now. We'll be back on our first Monday of the month schedule. I know we got off on during the summer because there were just so many events going on here in the office, or holidays and things. So November 1st will be our next Coffee with Kreider. And I guess if that's it, then we're done for the day. So I appreciate everyone who is on here. And if you guys do think of anything, let us know. Otherwise, we'll see you on November 1st. All right. Goodbye.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you.